What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Shouts out to everybody that's on the Patreon. Continuing my video on chapters, pages of my life. And let me just uh, pick up where I left off at from talking about me and the guys, just so people can know when it comes to me and the guys. Um, this is going to be very important if we move ahead in the page and chapters of my life to get you familiar with the guys. So remember, Maurice was the one that taught me how to hustle. Maurice was the one that taught me how to hustle when I first started hustling that. And as a result of that, let me tell you how I ended up meeting Meaty. I met Meaty first, who actually was Maurice's friend. No, I can't even go with Meaty first. I got to go with who I met first. First person I met was LaTroy. LaTroy was the youngest out of the group. And he was his mother's youngest child. All his other sisters and brothers were grown. So his mama had a young child at her old age. And she would work all the time. And he would basically be left by himself. He'll be left like by himself in the house. So I forgot how me and him met in the hood, but we did. So his mother liked the fact that he had basically a friend. And he used to get bullied a lot by Meaty. And at this time, Meaty was one of our guys. And he used to get bullied a lot by Meaty. And I recall when I was kicking it with him, Meaty was bullying him. And Meaty was a bully, so he didn't care that I was with him. And I was like, man, leave him alone, man. Then he was like, who you talking to? I do it to you too. And I was like, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. So then he thought he was tough, tried to bully me on some bully stuff. And I end up whooping him, putting hands on him. I buffed his nose and stuff. And when I beat him up and buffed his nose, me and him became cool. And me and him became cool. And that's how I ended up meeting Maurice, because that was his cousin. Him and Maurice used to be together all the time. And Meaty used to bully Maurice too, to some degree. So both them, I ended up meeting as a result of me protecting and looking out for Troy. So as I was protecting and looking out for Troy, and I beat up Meaty because he was bullying him, we ended up getting cool. Troy's mother ended up liking me, like, so I'm the only one she would allow come in their house. She didn't really let nobody else come in their house, but she didn't mind me being there. So I basically cuffed little Troy and put him up under my wing. So I used to look out for the little bro, because he was the youngest of the crew. So Meaty and Maurice, then we ended up getting cool. So when I beat up Meaty, that made Maurice take a liking to me too, because Meaty used to bully him too. You know. Then I met Manny trying to holler at his sister named Tasha. She was pretty. Thick, black, pretty girl, man. And That was his sister. And I got to trying to holler at her one day. And we started talking. As a result of me and her started talking, me and him got even closer. Me and Manny got even closer. And me and Manny got even closer. So me and Manny them got to kicking it. So we all like a little crew like. Then Mike came and moved in the neighborhood, right downstairs from the building that I was in. And then Mike became part of the team thing because me and Mike was cool. So that's basically who we was. It was all five of us. It was all five of us, and basically because it was all five of us, that's how we kicked it. After that, just everyday life in the hood, man. So I'm trying to see how to do this. So we used to have little run-ins and certain things we used to do growing up in the hood, man. We used to have little gang fights with other little rivals and things like that. Messing around with girls, all part of growing up. And it was crazy because we used to always have these roasting sessions. We used to always have these roasting sessions, but we'd be roasting each other all the time. And we used to always be talking about, you ain't got no girls, you ain't got no girls. We used to always brag about who had the most girls or who had the better girls. And I remember, Meaty was like, I get sex every day. Every day I get sex. It's girls who live downstairs from my house, two sisters. We be having sex with them all the time. And then I was like, man, stop lying. Then Maurice was like, no, he ain't lying. He telling the truth. I was like, he a lie. Then he's like, I ain't lying. You can come over there. You think it's a lie. So we went over there. And he wasn't lying. It was two sisters that lived downstairs. But he left out the part, they was big as hell. They were two big sisters. They had to get that coochie away. They was big. And a mama was blind. She couldn't see. She's an old lady. She was blind and couldn't see. They used to take care of her. So as I'm sitting here listening to Meaty give us the plan on how it goes, how it works, they got to wait till their mama sleep. Then they open up the back door and we supposed to go in. So we supposed to be, it's like three of us. It's three of us and it's two of them. So he like, you can come in too. And we all gonna be doing it together. We can, we supposed to be going over there to run. We call it running trains on the sisters because they didn't care. They were sex freaks. But they was real big. So they like, you can't tell nobody about this. I'm like, we not gonna tell nobody about this, right? So the two sisters, they didn't even care. They didn't even ask what's my name or nothing. Who am I? What's my name or nothing? He just was like, my guy with me too. That's cool. And they was like, we don't care. So we're in the house. They mama came to see. You can hear her like, who in there? They're like, nobody, it's us. And then they mama like, you better not have nobody in this house. They're like, ain't nobody in here, Mom. We go in the room. Oh, listen, this was funny. This is the funny part. Okay, so before that, Meaty Big Brother, Meaty Big Brother was selling dope and stuff. Keep in mind, we all teenagers. So Meaty Big Brother was selling dope. We wasn't selling dope at this time and nothing like that. So Meaty used to hear conversations of him and his guys and them talking and stuff. And in his ignorance of being young, he wasn't peeping game of what they was meaning. So when we was already planning what we was gonna do with these girls, Meaty was like, my brother said every time before he have sex, he'll do a dime. And it make him go longer when he have sex. So we like, for real? He like, yeah, that's what he said. And I'm like, who got a dime? We don't know his brother talking about drugs. We thinking a real dime. Change. So we looking in our pockets, seeing if we got a dime. And we sitting here licking on dimes. licking on dimes, sucking on dimes in our mouth, thinking it's gonna make us go long and having sex. We're about to have sex with these girls. So we got change in our mouth. But we didn't know his brother was talking about a dime bag of drugs, cocaine, powder, that he'll do just before he has sex. So we thinking it's actually coins. And we thought it worked too, because we was in there for a long time with them girls. Only because they was big as hell and unattractive. So that's why I was long like that. And we just going back and forth, taking turn on these girls for a long time. So it was irritating. Then we ended up leaving. He bragging about it like, I told you thought I was lying. Then I get to roasting him even more. I'm like, man, they had to have sex with you. Them girls big as hell. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody else having sex with them. So he like, I don't care. I don't care. I was like, okay, no big deal. So we go from there to back in the neighborhood where we kicking it like we normally are doing, everything like that. And like I said, Mike wasn't there, so I'm telling Mike, man, we just was with some big girls, man. Meaty got some big girls who live downstairs from his house, man, and they mama blind, and we in there having sex with these girls, taking turns. They laughing and rolling. Then Meaty asked me, you gonna come back? I said, hell no, I ain't going back over there. I say, I'm good. So after that, we ended up just chilling and things like we normally do, kicking it. Then I was at Manny's house. And me and Manny got to kicking it. We leave out the house at night. As soon as we turn the corner, Mike fighting like two guys. Mike fighting like two guys. Come out there like, man, Mike fighting. So I run out there and I go help Mike fight. So I'm fighting the other guy while Mike fighting the other guy. Then more guys got to coming out there. So now we all fighting. Troy come out there, Manny come out there. So little Troy take a bottle, bust it over the dude head. So all those little guys out there fighting right in the middle of the night, just fighting just other guys. Mike stayed in trouble, man. Mike, I remember one time, it was this big dude. And a lot of people were scared of him. A lot of people were scared of this big dude. And he was shooting dice with some of the guys in the hood. Then Mike came around. And when Mike came around, Mike was like, him and Mike ended up getting into it. When him and Mike get into it, he talking about everything he gonna do to Mike and everything. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do this to you. So Mike like, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. So in the process of all that, what ended up happening is Mike walk away. And while dude playing dice, Mike come right behind him and crack him over the head with a 2x4, like, pow. Dude jumped up, Mike cracked him again with 2x4, pow. Now dude sitting up there dead. He like knocked out on his feet with both his hands up. Mike come across his head again with the 2x4, pow. Now dude straight out. Everybody was looking like, dang. Because at this time, Mike had to be 13 or 14 years old at this time. Dude had to be like 20 something. So Mike cracked him over the head with the 2x4, knock him out. Then he get to bragging like, I told you then. I told you ain't gonna do nothing to me. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that? He was heartless. Mike didn't care about nothing. I remember one other time. It's crazy how Mike fights go. They'll just pop out of nowhere, man. We sitting here and we walking down the street. Mike come out the apartment building and Mike just talking. He said, I'm about to knock false crowns off these dudes. I'm finna knock these false crowns off these niggas. I'm like, what are you talking about, Mike? He like, man, niggas talking, man. I'm about to knock the false crown off these niggas. I say, who are you talking about? And so when I say who you talking about, these dudes coming out of the apartment, Mike like, this nigga, pow, and pop him right in the face. Right then and there, everybody fighting. We fighting they guys, they fighting us, just like that. So we get to fight right then and there. Mike was something else, man. Then Mike and Meaty got into it. They used to get into it all the time. But it never led into fighting. And then Mike was like, man, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. And then Meaty was like, I'm tired of you. You always try to think you tough, think you this and that, this and that. You ain't tough. I don't care about none of that Chicago stuff you always talking about, you know. So I'm trying to break them up because we all cool. So I'm like, nah, man, we family. Y'all need to stop that, man. We family. Chill. Like, no, Kai, no, man, nah. I'm like, nah, we not finna do that, man. We ain't finna do that. Then other people start getting involved and stuff in it. And when that happened, Mike and their family was like, no, go ahead, let them fight. They're going to keep getting into it. Let them fight. Let them fight. So Mike ended up wanting to fight Meaty. So Meaty and Mike end up taking it to the streets. They fight. Them dudes fought for 2 blocks. Them dudes fought for 2 blocks. In the process of them fighting for 2 blocks, man, they both was bloody. Bloodied up. Go over there, baby. Come on, go over here. Sit over there. Get up. They both were bloodied up, right? Then Meaty actually getting the best of Mike. I ain't want him to fight at first, because I thought Mike was going to win, and I ain't want none of them, you know. Meaty actually got the best of Mike. I'm like, dang. But I ain't like it because we all guys. Me and my cousin had to jump in, and both them basically tried to jump Meaty. And Meaty cousin, who was Maurice, his real cousin, he was sitting there watching. He was scared to help his cousin. So Meaty took off running. So, but everybody knew Meaty had won that fight. So Meaty stayed gone for a few days. Then he came back around the hood, make sure everything was good. Him and Mike was good. You know, and they got to talking about the fight amongst each other, and everybody like, dang, Meaty won. Like, you really beat Mike type stuff, you know. And it was crazy because he did. You know what I'm saying? He did. And after that, they got even real cooler. Then we had the Halloween bash fight, where, again, remember I told you, one of the guys named D'Angelo. And D'Angelo sitting here, he was the pretty boy of the group. And there was some girls. You know what? Hold on once. I want to stop this one. It's already 20-something minutes in. This other story gonna be about 20 minutes long. Let me stop this once.